Kickoff starts now.
All around, the Bears have a very dominant defense. And how would you rate their defensive line on their whole defense? And how would you say their defensive line is compared to the whole NFL?
I think that the defensive line gets overshadowed on this defense. Of course, the most memorable or the most widely recognized and renowned part of this Bears defense are the linebackers, Khalil Mack, and now with the signing of Robert Quinn, that could be dangerous. And I think that most of the NFL and NFL fans are aware of that. So that's the most widely recognized position. I think the secondary does deserve more credit than it receives. A lot of people are not big fans, or they don't think it's as good as I, as a biased Bears fan, do believe. They've got Kyle Fuller, Eddie Jackson. You know, I could keep going. I'll save the rest for the secondary episode. But I think the secondary gets more attention than the Bears' defensive line. So basically, the Bears are known for having a good defense, but the defensive line is something that isn't spoken about a lot in the NFL in general and among Bears fans, just because there are so many other great positions. But that's not to say that the defensive line still isn't great. Akeem Hicks, like you were saying, I don't know about all-pro, but a Pro Bowl player, very great, consistent leader type player. Eddie Goldman, another great player. And they've got some good Bilal Nichols and Roy Robertson-Harris. They've got some potential. So while I might say it might be close to the worst part of their defense, that's not to discredit it at all. It's just showing how dominant the rest of their defense really is.
Yeah, so I will say that I think that their defensive line is even to their secondary, and I think that obviously they have two Pro Bowlers in their secondary, well, one Pro Bowler on the defensive line, but I think that there's five defensive backs or secondary players.
Pro Bowlers shouldn't be like a way to measure it.
Yeah, and I think that it's around even. But in the NFL, I think the Bears' secondary is top 10, not top 5. The Bears' defensive line is top 10, not top 5. The Bears' linebackers are top 5.
You think their secondary is not top 5?
No.
I guess we'll get into secondary later, but okay.
I think that it's maybe 7 or 8.
Okay.
I don't think it's top 5. But when you look at a team, you don't need to have the best safeties, cornerbacks, and linebackers, because if you did, that would make your defense the best ever. Having a top 10, and top 5 in 3 different categories of your defense means that your defense should be the best in the NFL, because it's very rare to find a defense that dominant. And I think that the Bears' defensive line is pretty dominant. It may not be the best in the NFL, but I think it is up there, and you could make a debate.
Yeah, I didn't cover where they rank in the NFL. I think I would agree with you that they rank around in the top 10. They aren't as widely recognized, like I was saying. And there are other defenses that are more notable for like having good – when a defense is known for having a good run stopping, I think that is what puts them in a higher position ranking in the NFL for their defensive line. Like just off the top of my head, I can think of Tampa Bay would have a high defensive line in the NFL. Anyway, that's why I'm just going to I would say the Bears would be top 10 defensive line and leave it at that.
Yeah, I have to agree.
If you enjoyed this episode of From the Den, please remember to subscribe, comment, and like this video.
Or, if you're a Packers fan, remember to dislike and leave a nasty comment. Click the links on the screen to access additional content.